Hey friends, this is Jay from Cold Nights, and today I want to talk to you about something that's very special to me. So, as someone who plays an awful lot of Nintendo Switch, and does a lot of that streaming on Twitch, controllers are of the utmost importance. Sure, I enjoy the Switch for its handheld utility, but when I'm streaming, I need to have my controllers, and whether they're wired or wireless, I have made it a hobby of collecting all of the coolest ones I can find. Let's get into it. How did I get so many Switch controllers? Well, let me tell you, anytime that I go into Walmart, Target, GameStop, and I see a new, interesting looking controller, I have to grab it. So, we're going to start by going over my loose controllers. Now, these are the ones that I play with, and they're some of my favorites. So, without further ado, this is the basic controller, alright? The Pro controller, I guess you'd call it. This is the one that I stream with almost all the time, and it's been very reliable. I have not had to replace it. I've had no problems with it. It's pretty easy to clean and maintain. Really nice. It's probably the best, in my opinion, Pro controller they've came up with, and that includes the ones for the Wii and the Wii U. So this is definitely, in my opinion, probably the most well-made out of all of them. All right, so that's the basic. Then, the next one we have is a beautiful wireless Legend of Zelda. Okay, get a real good close look at that. You can see the markings on it. You have the crest, and you have the sword and shield, and then you have your blue back buttons. All right. So this is a very nice controller. It performs very well, but it is a very pretty controller. It is white, so it is a little harder to keep clean. You'll definitely smudge it if you have grease on your hands or you've been, working and dirt around. So a little harder to keep clean, but still a beautiful piece. Going on to another white controller, and it's one of my favorites, and it has a real great retro look to it. So this one is the Pikachu, I call it like a 1980s controller. This one, real pretty. Again, it's a cream color, so it's not quite as bad as that Legend of Zelda one, but this one, real nice. It's got the yellow triggers and back buttons. So real nice piece. Love the colors and the way this one looks. This one is getting kind of tough to find, and it's from kind of the original run with the Switch. And this is the Minecraft Grass Block controller. Now this is one that me and my son shared, so it's a little more beat up than the other ones. But this one is a real interesting piece. It's getting real hard to find. As far as pricing, I can't even really price it because the few listings I found are ridiculous. They want like $150 for it. It's definitely not worth that, but it is very hard to find because of how long it's been out. But yeah, that was a good one. Okay. And then the last one we have for the loose ones is a real pretty one. This one is wired, and of course it's a disconnectable wire. It uses like a USB, but this one has got such a beautiful design. Just take a look at that. So you got your full evolutionary line of Pikachu. What a wonderful design. I love the bolts with the white and blue. All right. There's the back color designs. This one is a real nice piece. Now, if you haven't really got into these controllers, these ones are much lighter because they don't have an onboard rechargeable battery or a compartment for batteries. So these ones are quite a bit lighter in your hands. So if you're looking for a controller with a little more heft to it, these may not be for you, but if you prefer a lighter controller, then this will absolutely be for you. Alright, so before we go on to my boxed controllers, I don't go crazy for Joy-Cons. I honestly think that we have most of the colors, but they're spread throughout the house on the various Switches that we have. But I do have a couple boxed that are pretty neat. The first one is pretty rare, is the Fortnite Peely Joy-Cons that came with a bonus of some V-Bucks and the Fleet Force bundle which is probably like a glider and a pickaxe. Yeah, this one, not opened, pretty rare. Cool little peely design on it. So that's pretty neat little set of Joy-Cons. And then the second one I special ordered, it's from like an off-brand, but it is real nice looking. And it is Sailor Moon. And as you can see, we'll try to get some of the glare out of there. You can see the nice Sailor Moon designs on the front. Alright, so this one was pretty neat. These weren't too expensive, maybe like $30. But yeah, pretty neat little set of Joy-Cons there. And without further ado, let's get into the box. Alright, so we are on to the box stuff. And this is one I recently picked up, and I really, really like the design on this one. So this one is a Power A, another Pikachu design. Looks like more bolts and waves, but this one is just real pretty. I love the colors in it. If you take a look at that from the back, it is pink on the back with white buttons. And this one was a pretty cool one I picked up about a week ago, so I definitely would recommend this one as well. The next one is real special. So this one came from Hyperkin, and I had announced on my Discord when I got it because I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. This one is the Oscar Mayer hot dog controller. You absolutely cannot beat the Oscar Mayer hot dog controller. This is really neat. They did a whole bunch of different branded controllers. As you can see, we had Kool-Aid, we had ketchup, we had mac and cheese. But of course, me had to go with the hot dog. So this is a really cool one to have. Next up, we have another Pikachu design. If you can't tell, I adore Pikachu. I think he's like the cutest thing ever. This one is more of like a sleek black design. This one looks pretty cool. This one's also wireless. The black and yellow looks so good together. And as you can see, the back of these always show the top buttons and the back buttons, so you can get a good look at how they're going to be when you get them out of the box. So that one was pretty nice. This one, I really like this one. This one glows in the dark. It is the Power-Up Star, Super Mario. And I obviously have never opened it, so I haven't got to see the glow on it. But that is a pretty neat feature. And then as you can see there, it looks real vibrant. And it is wireless, and there is a picture of it in its full glowing glory. So this is definitely one when I saw, I definitely had to pick up. So you'll want to check that one out. Next up, this one is one of the older ones that I have. I want to say this might have been my first special controller I bought. And this is the Super Mario Bros. 3 controller. And this is back when they had this kind of packaging with the see-through front, so you could get a really good look at the controller. And this one, if you look, has beautiful art on it. Absolutely can't beat this one. Whoop. My stack of controllers is falling over here. But yeah, this one, real nostalgic, real good looking. And again, one of the first custom controllers that I remember seeing and needing to pick up. And then we have this beautiful Legend of Zelda. Now this one has a flip front, so I think you can actually get a clear view of the controller. And it talks about some of the features of it. But look at that. That's very nice. Let's try to get it out of the glare there, so you can get a good look at it. Love the shine on the button there, on the D-pad. I really like how this one did have that flip open front. It makes it very easy to show off, especially if you do want to keep it for display purposes. All right. And next we have another glowing controller. This one comes with a Switch case. And this is obviously Legend of Zelda. We have a beautiful silhouette of Link there, firing some arrows. I picked this one up at GameStop. It was actually on clearance at the time, so I got a pretty good deal for it. I imagine it's still probably fairly discounted. As you can see, it has a beautiful look. Alright, so that's a pretty cool one, and a pretty nice box too. Next up, we have another Legend of Zelda controller. This is from the Rematch Wired series, and this has him overlooking a beautiful landscape there. I love the box here, love the little designs on it. As you can see, the controller looks very nice. Very nice colors on the buttons. And there we go. Another nice Legend of Zelda controller. Up next, we have one of my absolute favorites. This one is adorable. We have the pixelated Pikachu Pokemon enhanced wired controller. This one, I just love that pixelated design. As you can see, it looks incredible. We're going retro on this one. The yellow is such a nice color. And there's the back. And there we go. And this one looks like it also opens up. And there you can see a real good look at it. Love those pixels. Love those pixels. Great stuff. And of course, couldn't pass this one up. A lot of people didn't love this design, but I did. We have the Tears of the Kingdom Special Edition controller. Love it. I love that white and the black. Not everyone did, and that's completely fine. We don't all have to like the same things. But I did love this design, and it was definitely one that I had to pick up. And up next, we have a really incredible one. Found this one a couple of weeks ago, and I definitely had to pick it up. We have the adorable Kirby in all his pink cream puff goodness. Look at that. That is stunning. This one, I imagine, would be kind of tough to keep clean, so you may want to wipe that one down after you use it. But what a pretty controller. Definitely love this one. We're getting down to the last few here. The next one is the one micro or nano controller I have. It has the adorable Tom Nook, and I love Tom Nook. I love the Nook boys. Could not resist this one. Love the blue color. Such a nice looking controller. And the nano ones are always quite affordable because they are wired. They are made for smaller hands, so I probably realistically couldn't play with this one. But it is a pretty cool little piece to have. And next up, we have yet another Pikachu, and he is featured prominently in this one. He has great... I don't know, he's just so adorable. I don't know what to say. The controller looks beautiful. I love the yellow color and the yellow buttons. It's extremely yellow. But if you love Pikachu, this one is definitely for you. Up next, we have another beautiful Legend of Zelda. And this looks like Calamity Ganon running wild. So I love the pink and black. Pink and black always goes so well together. And this one actually looks like it comes apart, which is pretty interesting. So I definitely like that. But yeah, this is quite a nice piece. I don't see these in stores as much anymore, but I don't think it's too expensive, so definitely something you may want to pick up. And the final one we're going to show off today is this beautiful Peach Rematch wired controller. I love the blue and pink. I love the crown. Peach looking glorious as usual. What a beautiful controller. This also with the removable faceplates and buttons. What a nice controller. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed me sharing my Switch controller collection and giving you a little price and buying guide in case you wanted to get into collecting controllers for the Nintendo Switch. As always, I thank you for watching, and stay creepy.